Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. It's Dale here and I am your captain. If you're seeing my face for the first time, please do not make it your last by subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button and of course anticipate more premium content. Okay, so today from the title you already know what time it is. It is time for us to talk about nursing in New Zealand, how to register as a nurse from overseas, wherever country you're registering from, to New Zealand. Literally, if you're a registered nurse outside New Zealand, this video is for you, okay? However, UK nurses, come closer. This video is going to benefit you more because Dale has gone through the process and I'll be sharing it with you. So it's going to help you. So get coffee, chocolate, or anything you want to drink. Sit down and relax and enjoy your registration process. Right. What are the requirements to register as a nurse in New Zealand? Because don't start a registration if you don't know if you meet the requirement, because you're going to just get stuck somewhere, and if you've already paid some fees, you're wasting your money. So let's go to the basic. Now, there are 7 very important requirements before you can register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of New Zealand. First thing first, you have to be a registered nurse in your country. You need to have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing before you can register with New Zealand as a RN. They have what we call the enrolled nurse. So if you have a diploma, you can register as an enrolled nurse, okay? However, this is for people that have bachelor's degree. I'm not sure of the process of enrolled nurses, but I guess it's going to be the same. Just check the website, you will see everything. I applied as a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. This is what I will be telling you, okay? You need to have a minimum of 2 years relevant work experience within the last 5 years. So this is 2022, right? So count back 5 years, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. So from 2017 up to 2022, within these 5 years, you need to have worked as a nurse for 2 years before you can register with New Zealand. Now, the thing is, you don't have to have the 2 years stamped, like 2 years, bam, before you apply. If you are like 1 year, 6 months, you can start applying before, because the whole process roughly will take 4 to 6 months, roughly. So if you start applying when you're almost at 2 years, it's good, because by the time you submit your application finally to them, you might already have your 2 years work experience under your belt, okay? So yes, that's what you can do. That's what I actually did. After you've got your experience, what other thing do you need? You need your proof of English. So New Zealand is an English-speaking country, so you need to have your OET or your IELTS. Now, the score for OET and IELTS. So for OET, you need a minimum of 300 points in reading, speaking, and listening. However, they accept 300 in writing. So that's your BBB and a C+ in writing. It's almost the same thing for IELTS. They need a 777 in reading, speaking, and listening. However, they do accept a 6.5 in writing. So the thing is, New Zealand do accept clubbing, okay, just like the UK. Within 12 months, if you didn't meet the required score at first city, you can write again and combine results with New Zealand, okay? Everything is in their website. If you do not understand properly, you can actually go and read. I'm going to leave it on the screen here as well. The good thing for UK nurses is, if you have been registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of UK, that means you've proven to UK that you've passed your English test or you are exempted from English test. You do not need to submit any English language test for your registration with New Zealand Council of Nursing. Okay, so they do accept registration from Canada, US, Australia, Ireland, and I think Singapore. So if you've got your registration with these 5 countries, you need to apply for what we call a waiver, English language test waiver. So that's what I applied for, and I got waived of proving anything English language test to them. And that is because I'm registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of UK, and before I registered, I had to pass this test as well. So there was no need for me to prove anything rather than just showing them my registration with the UK. If you are not registered in these countries, please get your English test together before you start applying to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of New Zealand. The next thing you need is a proof of identity. Of course, your passport is your best bet to prove your identity. It has your face, it has your name, it has every detail they need. So your bail data of your international passport is what you need for proof of identity. The next thing you need to register with Nursing and Midwifery Council of New Zealand is what we call a fitness to practice. So this is like a criminal check. It's called the ICHC check. You have to do like an international criminal record check. Any country you've lived in for the past 7 years, for more than 12 months, okay, so it doesn't include the times you go for your vacation for 1 week, 2 weeks. No, you don't have to prove that. But if you've lived in a country for more than 12 months in the last 7 years, so this is 2022, count back 7 years, you need to prove that your hands are clean. You do not have any criminal records. Personally, for me, I've lived in the Philippines, and I have lived in Nigeria, and I have lived in the UK. So I had to provide three fitness to practice, guys, and each three cost money. I'm going to be showing you how much I spent, okay? Then the last thing you need to prove before you can practice as a nurse in New Zealand is what we call the competency test. Are you competent to practice? Now, for the competency assessment program, it is about 6 to 12 weeks competency program. It's like an adaptation program. It's just like the same thing Malta does to nurses that are about to register. Most nurses are required to complete a CAP. However, if you are registered in the UK, Ireland, Australia, US, you are being waived from this CAP program. All you have to do is to submit your license or your registration certificate, and they waive that for you. You do not need to do it. However, if you have not practiced in these countries, you need to complete the CAP program. And this CAP program, you need to register with a university in New Zealand. So you need to be in New Zealand to do this program. The cost of this program depends on the university. Just go on their website and check that out, okay? I'm going to be leaving some links in the description for you to check the CAP program if you are not eligible to waive this off. UK nurses do not need to go through that. Guys, are we not lucky? These are the 7 most important requirements before you can practice as a nurse in New Zealand. Let's look at how this registration process will cost, because yeah, we have all the requirements, but can you fund it? Because you don't want to like start and not finish it. You know what I mean? You need to at least know what you are going to be putting into your whole registration process and see if it is the right time for you to start up. So let's look at how much you're going to spend in this whole process. In brackets, it's going to be more or less depending on your IELTS fee, OET fee. This is how much it costs. And then after that, the police checks and all that. For me, it is individual, okay? I lived in 3 countries, so I had to provide in 3 countries. But in each country, this is what it costs. And you have to register with the body they gave to you. They have 2 bodies. You can do your fitness to practice test. Please register with the body that is given to you, not your own check, okay? So the first thing you have to do is to register with what we call the CGFNS. As a nurse, you should be familiar with CGFNS. However, we've got 2 CGFNS. We've got the one for the US and we've got the one for New Zealand. So please do not mix this up. Don't register for US if you're not going through the US part, okay? Cost for CGFNS costs $300 US, okay? $300 US to get your CGFNS verification. Now you have to consider how much you would pay your school, because your school needs to send your certificates. Your school needs to send your transcripts as well. I think I paid about 50,000 naira as at 2021. I started my process in 2021 with CGFNS. Guys, I know, right? To be honest, I wasn't pushing forward for everything. I wasn't in a rush to get my registration because I'm in the UK, right? It's not comparable to when I was in Nigeria trying to come to the UK. I was making everything fast. However, I relaxed. I didn't like push everything. I was very reluctant to submit my documents. Time frame is not a realistic one. This is too much. If you have all your documents within 6 months, 4 to 6 months, you should be registered. So my time frame was my time frame because I didn't want to be in a rush. I wasn't sure I'm moving last year, so I had to submit mine, and I paid 50,000 to get my school to send my registration to CGFNS New Zealand. Now you need to do like your license authority. So National Midwifery Council also had to send my license and certificate of good standing. So my school sent my transcript. I've studied my bachelor's degree in the Philippines. I had to get my school in Philippines to send my transcript as well. So they sent my transcript and they sent my degree to New Zealand CGFNS. I hope that is clear, guys. Now, the National Midwifery Council fee for New Zealand itself is 485 New Zealand dollar, okay? And this is how much it is in pounds, because I paid in pounds, right? So these are the basic fees you would pay. So make sure you have this already on ground before you start, or just make it part of your budget before you even start the process. Also, you need to budget some other fees, like I had to go to the solicitor to check my passport document, because your passport document need to be verified by a solicitor. So I went to my solicitor not far from me. Now that we've gotten all our requirements, let's go over to the step-by-step process on how to become a nurse in New Zealand.